Man, oh man, here we go again. Old truck guy and Bill's in there squaring away some paperwork. He's helping Bill get his title stuff sorted for his hot rod finally. I notice the wind's blowing, that's good. Last week on the second channel, I fixed this bucket for old truck guy. Woohoo, fancy. So if you ain't seen that, be sure to check it out. We're about to hop in Dad's Toyota, and I've got roughly a lot of rock back here. This weighs a lot, guys. I've used what all I need. We're gonna take the rest out to my sister's. We're gonna try to. There ain't very much gas in it, so I grabbed some gas. I'm afraid to pick up the bed and get underneath there, and I can't really pick it up too far because of the rock. So we're gonna try just putting our way out there nice and slow, me and Theodore, and then we'll dump some rock, and then we'll be coming back here, and with that empty, we're gonna fix the last few things that I'm not happy with on it. And Bill's gonna go do paperwork, and old truck guy's gonna do
buffet work.
Oh, I was gonna say old truck guy things.
Yeah, I gotta go drop the tractor, deliver a title, just some housekeeping, no big deal.
Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, he said door open, time to wag. We ain't gone for a long drive in this one, have we? All right, let's see. We ain't started her in a week or two. I was gonna say, boy, I hope we can find that key. Just gotta get some gas to her. Man, that Weber runs good. Were you finding magical crystals back there or what?
Remember the one we found in the driveway?
Yeah.
That was in the gravel mixed.
Did you get big money for that one?
This is quartz.
I'm worried about running out of gas, so I gotta get going before I run out of gas. I don't know where the other piece of the seatbelt is. I heard they're overrated anyhow. There's some weight back there, boys. Let's pump them brakes up. I think we need to bleed on them. They just felt a little spongy. They're there, but there's just a crack of hair in there somewhere. Well, here we go. I did put a little air pressure in the tires. I noticed they were ballooning out, and each one of them was low. Guys, this is probably too much weight for this truck. Now, I know how to back road it all the way out there, and it feels fine. I don't really feel like it's struggling. I don't feel overly rough riding or nothing. I mean, this is a heavy built small truck, but I do think this is probably the heaviest load it'll ever have on it. So I'll feel good that if we do this trip that we'll be, it'll be successful throughout its life from here on out. I do love how great it's running. I mean, we know it's been running good, but I've only had it on the property. So this is a little bit bigger test for this truck, guys. It's turtle season here in Oklahoma. Big old turtle right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but man, do we got a lot of them. Slow and steady wins the race here. We don't have to be in no big hurry, guys. So I'm gonna take it nice and easy. I think Theodore's gonna enjoy the ride. Fingers crossed everything goes smooth. I putted some nice back roads into town. Oh, shaky camera. No complaints so far. I don't want to go faster than 35, guys, and it got there pretty comfortable. I've had her just creeping along in third gear. Plenty of vision looking through there and everything for checking blind spots and stuff when it's time to get over. And the truck as a whole just rides good. It's pretty comfortable to drive. I'll be honest though, I'm having to kind of keep in the gas more than I'd like to, but I just know it's because we're heavy. My real only concern is running out of fuel. What a treat this thing is to drive though. I'm ready to get her empty and we can haul butt on the way home and see how she really does. Cut across down here. Used to live in that house right there with my mom. Probably around middle school-ish of my life. This guy's got a weed eater. Look at him wave. Real recognize real, guys. He got a weed eater in his hand. He seen this flatbed, that load of rock. First thought of his was, damn, that's a good looking truck. Then he seen the rock on the back and he was like, oh crap, besides looking good, that baby's putting in work. That's a man who respects some good landscaping. So when he seen this river rock on the back, he was like, exceptional taste that guy has. That's what he was thinking. Here's the rodeo grounds, Theo. Theo ain't never been on these roads, so he's got some new sightseeing he gets to do. Hey, just spotted the front end of about a 65 Chevy truck sticking out from underneath the cover. Y'all see that shop right there in that land? I tried to buy that when I had first moved back from getting out of the Air Force, and the shop was just a building. It was tall. I was wanting to go in there and build a room for me to live in. At that point, me and my wife, we had been together down there, but we always said, When I got out, I'd go my way, she'd go her way. She moved out to California to be with her family. I moved back here, gonna start my new life. I was trying to move into there. It didn't work out. I got that house. I think I made it a month of being back in Oklahoma before I called her crying. Please come out, check out Oklahoma, see if you like it. Realized I couldn't be without her, and of course the rest is history. But my original plan was move back, try to buy that place, and build me a little 1-bedroom apartment thing upstairs in there, build an upstairs thing. Thankfully it didn't work out, or I don't think I'd be where I am now. We're taking some back roads here, guys. I'm very familiar with these back roads. Snake! Y'all see that snake going across the road? If you didn't know, in high school, my first legal pickup was a 77 Toyota Hilux that was also white. And that thing, even though it had a 5-speed, it was so low geared, it couldn't go much faster than 55 on the highway. So I'd never take the highway into town because I'd be holding up traffic. So I know how to take all the back roads to the middle of nowhere. In fact, you could say I'm an expert. Dang, this road's nicer than it's ever been. Looks like they put some blue shell on it. I don't know what this truck's doing. He pulled off the road, then he pulled back on. I probably seen this good looking truck in the rear view and was like, damn, I gotta check a glimpse of that. Howdy. You missed that snake back there, dude. I said from the get-go, this truck wasn't low geared enough. Not if you want to always be doing heavy loads. Man, they built some beautiful houses out here. Holy cow. Those are new. So some of these hills out here, they're not real long hills, but there are a couple that are pretty steep. This area out here is a lot of deep ravines and stuff, so a lot of ups and downs. That was the first one where I've had to take off on one. And it wasn't overly steep, but I heard this thing back there like, oh, I need lower gears. Most of the stuff back here ain't nobody coming, so I've kind of just been lightly rolling through the stop signs where I don't got to come to a complete stop. That makes a world of difference, guys. That one there's too many blind spots. I wasn't willing to roll through it. This road right here, though, gets us to the main road we're headed to. We're still going to take our time on it, but we'll be back on some blacktop anyhow. How fancy. But you get going, though. Plenty of power. I like it. Still going to keep her nice and slow, even though now we're pretty well straight shot to where we're headed. Right there's where we usually turn to go to my dad's house. Down through here we got some curves, so even though we're on good blacktop, I've dropped her down about 5 miles per hour so we can do some high-speed cornering. Feels pretty good. So I'm actually gonna keep it at 35 and go through this corner just to make sure she don't try to walk off or nothing. No, she controls good. I wasn't sure if we were gonna try to get some body roll. That was all right, guys. The heavy load, and me suspecting the brakes have a little air in them. I've been downshifting a lot to help engine brake this sucker, slow us down. We've made it. I told y'all it's turtle season. I passed about 5 on the way out here. That's a decent sized one too. Yeah, you better get away from that dually wheel hanging out there, bucko. All right, we have made it to where my grandmother and sister live. And this area of the driveway right here is terrible. Let me show you. Guys, we made it without running out of gas. That makes me super happy. So as you can see, that's pushed out of there. This gets to be a muddy mess, and it was rougher, so I guess it's kind of smooth out some. Now my sister wanted this for a cactus bed, but I know what she has going on, and the likelihood that she's gonna be able to do cactus or flower beds and stuff anytime soon. Me and Dad talked, and he said if I was you, I'd just fix that dang driveway. And I agree, because I've drove through here when it's not pretty and it ain't fun. Let's fix this dang driveway. I should have brought a tripod. Well, there we go, guys. Truck ran nice and cool. We didn't run out of gas. It's got to pee. What else could you ask for? All right, let's lift our slat back here. Someone made sure to tell me how big of a job I'd messed up doing this, because once that rock shifts against that, I'll never be able to get this up out of there. So watch me as I struggle extremely hard to remove this because of that rock. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get that off there. Let me pry at it with that shovel and I may be able to get off there. Guys, I'd literally have to stack stuff across that to not get that off there. It comes right up out of there. Yes, it's a dump bed, but this area right here ain't very large, so I don't want to dump out a lot. Then I have to spend just as much work shoveling it from all over to here. Easier just to precisely shovel it. We'll call that good for right here. Last time I come through here and it was plumb full of water and tore up and muddy. I went in my house, I said, man, y'all need to fix that driveway. Grandma said, you don't like it, you fix it. Well, here we go, Grandma. I'll get her lined out. I didn't bring a tripod, so I got y'all hanging in a tree right now. All right. We got a low spot over here, a low spot over here. I think we can justify doing some dumping. Let me remove my accessories. My rake's broke, so I brought a push broom because that's efficient. Now poor Theo, he just gets to hang out in the truck, guys. These neighbors here, they got dogs that run around, and I don't want Theo and them meeting each other. Woo! She's gonna take everything she's got. I told y'all that was some weight. She's doing it though, ain't she? Woo-hoo! Check that out. This should be about the right incline where we can kind of control this. A lot of dirt in this river rock, ain't it? Yeah. Let me pull our gas. I had tie wire holding it up. Tie wire, unless you got a tree, then you got a tripod. But this side, and I don't want more to keep falling, I'm gonna scoop from this side to finish that out, and then as that falls, it falls into the side we still need it. Ooh, we'll get y'all fixed up with the safari view. Is there a stick in there? Pull her up where we can finish her low spot here. Getting hot, guys. Be sure to be drinking that water. I was like, where's my shovel? Y'all sitting on it. Pretty happy with all this. I let Theo out. I felt bad. He's been good and sticking with me here. Lost my tie wire. I need to find it for our tripod purposes. All right, I told Dad I was gonna dump the rest around this corner. It looks kinda, it don't look like a muddy mess, but they're saying it looks like it's lacking some rock. He's got a box blade, so if he needs to come over here and dress up my work, he can. I did send a picture to my sister, and she said thank you. So I think she's in agreement that the driveway was more important. Y'all are bungee corded to a shovel right now. You find anything good in them woods or what? Finished cleaning off our bed. Watch your ears, but I'll show you the best way. Whoa! Best way to do this. Hey, I got into our tree. Watch for power lines. Get the rocks out of the nooks and crannies. And I do have a shovel here, so this may be the best way to get all that dust if you wanted to. But let's be honest, as dry as that stuff is right in there, that's gonna blow off on the way home. All right, guys, we built this to be a little work truck. for Dad, be able to haul rocks, all kinds of stuff. And I think she's kind of proven herself. I know a lot of y'all are worried about that single shear on the hinges and stuff, but if we're not gonna break stuff now, like I said, I think that's the heaviest load this thing will ever see. I think it's gonna be okay. And if it ever makes it to the point it does break it, I'll eat crow and say I was wrong, and we'll build back better. We need to put some gas in this thing though. I don't think we'll make it home without it. With that long reach, luckily I can kind of stand back here out of the way. So if something did make a scary noise or start to break, you just drop that and take one step back. All right guys, I'm gonna get her topped off. We'll get our stuff loaded back on, and I gotta let my sister's dog out, and then we'll be headed back towards the house. Come on, load up. Good boy. As I was dumping that, guys, this thing, I was having to crank, and then it'd finally start. I'm like, that's weird. I put that gas in there, and this thing fired right up. So I think we were running on fumes. Let's check out our handiwork here. She's gonna have to pack down a little bit, Theo, but she ain't gonna pack well because she's river rock, but at least we won't drive through a 1 foot deep mud puddle when it gets to that point again, hopefully. Now that we're load free, Theo, we can drive her a little harder on the way home, pal. All right, guys, here we go. About to hop on the highway where our speed limit's 65. On this road, she did amazing. We were running 45, which was the fastest I've ever had it, but we're about to set a new record. Ran up to 40 in second, fourth gear. Our speedo says we're running 60, but I guess we don't know if that's actually accurate. Our app says 64, and our speedo says about 62, 63. So she's pretty accurate. I think this thing's like the Toyota Stout we have, guys. Fifth gear ain't even necessary. We're running 65 comfortable in fourth. My Stout will run 75 comfortable in fourth gear. You gotta go 110 to keep it in fifth. Back to the shop and right in time. She did great, Theodore. She did great. I said right in time because one, my tummy is not happy. Two, battery on this thing's at like 1%, so we weren't gonna be able to record no more. In conclusion, guys, quite honestly, other than being worried about going or running out of fuel, I think she'd drive to California and back. That thing is cherry. Feels great going down the road. And I know some of y'all don't agree, but can we just take a moment and appreciate how damn good this truck looks for as simple as it is? Just black painted wheels with aggressive tires, factory stripes, and those little slats on the side I thought I was gonna hate. Those look damn good. I love it. Got her lifted up and got our safety stands in there. First thing I'm gonna check on is our fuel gauge. There's a couple wires there. I'm guessing one of them was the factory one. We're gonna try hooking that sender up to that fuel gauge. I don't think the ohm range on them matches, which means they shouldn't really work together. However, it don't take much to try it, so we might as well. Safety stands, each side. All right, I'm guessing it's one of these two here. So we'll just try this one here, connect that. And then we need to feed it off the sender, so we connect that. Now this gauge has never done anything. And as I turn that key on, it don't move one bit. So let's try this one. Oh, she's coming up some. I see it moving. I see her moving. And I think that's right at a 15 gallon or 17 gallon. We should have right at 5 gallons in it. And then towards the bottom stuff gets, if we were reading about quarter tank, I think we'd probably be fairly accurate. Please stop right there. I said if we were reading a quarter tank, guys. I don't think you can get any more quarter than that right there. That's 15 gallons, so really that's about it's pretty damn accurate, I think, guys. I think we're gonna get lucky right there. I swear I'd done the research, and whatever sender came in that was not supposed to match this truck. I had ran us a wire in there. I was so sure we were gonna have to hook up our own gauge, but I think it'll be good to go. So that's a nice little bonus I was not expecting. So this wire I'd added, we're gonna pull that And we're gonna get us one of these. And we're gonna just cut down this wire that's already on here. With this working, we really would be ready to drive her out to California's. Well, there it goes, guys. Easy enough. Our gauge in there's kind of crept up right below half tank. This is just the cheapest one I could find on Amazon I bought. Black is our signal. Red is our 12 volt power. We've got 12 volts ran back here, so it's real easy to test this out. Let's hook this one up and just see where it's claiming this is at. All we should have to do is connect that there and then touch that there, and I see it doing nothing. I think the blue over there, it said ground. I thought that was only for the backlight. Oh, hold on. As soon as I touched our blue, that sucker goes to full. So what if we take blue? Okay. Heaven forbid I read that manual over there. I know it said that the black was our signal, so maybe that's just a program thing. See, all right, now it dropped down and is kind of where we need it to be. Like I said, we should have been about a quarter tank, and I guess I should have said a third. This must be a 15-gallon tank because it's sitting right at a third. And I'd say that's right at a third. It just I guess it's worked its way back down. I don't know. I thought it was sitting a little higher than that. Well, actually, that's a hair more than a third. We'll leave the factory one, guys. I think it's close enough. That offers us some protection. Protection from running out of fuel. But let's add us something for protection from possibly burning this sucker down. It's a circuit breaker. Another cheap thing off the internet, guys. But we're gonna run this to our pump unit back there. Some people had suggested that, and I knew I should. I just didn't have one at the time, and I knew it wouldn't be hard to add. If you're on a circuit breaker, you want to add it as close as possible to your battery, because that's the only area that'll then be not protected. That nut in that fender well is there, so we'll just hold that with one bolt. I don't think that'll go anywhere. So we don't have to put this on the other side of this, but the thing is, we certainly could, and then the whole truck would be protected, not just the pump. And there's enough slack to do there to do that. So as long as we can figure out how to get that in a eyelet, that's the word. I guess this right here is a great example of why I should purchase some crimpers that'll do this bigger stuff, because I got us an eyelet that'll definitely fit our post down there. So if I had crimpers, we could just slide that right there, crimp, but I don't have crimpers. Pull that battery out of there, and let's set that sucker right there. I may not have crimpers, but I do have hammer and chisel. She ain't going nowhere. Give her a nice little wrap job. I like that. Now we set that down there. This thing is 150 amps, so that's actually quite a bit. I don't know if that's too much. Surely it pulls more than that if you just direct short a battery. Has to. I don't care enough to direct short one and try to read amp draw though. Yep, lock that down. Now we just need to get a good supply for that short span from the battery to there. I do got a little extra slack on that now that I'm not a fan of. So I'll probably just throw a zip tie right there, and that keeps it from being able to get down in the control arm or anything. Let's go battery back in. Zip tie right there. They send you wood screws, it looks like, to be able to lock that circuit breaker down. My damn display collapsed. I guess that cardboard they had wasn't too strong. Hey, we can run some heavy duty stuff to that sucker. Especially since we ain't got to go far. Especially since we ain't got to go too far here. And right there gives us plenty of slack. Let's go with up in here. Woo! Getting fancy for Dad. Up next, we strip. Yeah, we'll leave that type of stripping to the professionals, to them firefighters. Me and Mortsky met down there at the paint swap meet. I don't even know if, I still don't think they were real firefighters. I think they had those mustaches because they were, I'm still convinced they work for the Thunder Down Unders or whatever type people. strip a little more. I'm convinced those guys, if you called them and had an emergency, they're gonna show up in a Speedos. That's just the feeling I got from them. Smack that baby flat. You don't want to split that, but if you think about it, that's kind of like crimping it. If you can take your chisel, that's a hillbilly crimp job right there. I learned that working with the rednecks I worked with at the county back in the day. Little heat shrink for premium protection. It's super important we don't let any water or anything get in here to start to cause corrosion, guys, with this connection being so important. I was setting that up to be a joke. Then the next scene was gonna be me clamping that in that battery terminal, the clamp ones that are terrible, that always corrode. But then I thought about it and I was like, boy, I might as well just put that in an eyelet and bolt it there like we had done the previous connection. I was wondering where you decided to go to sleep. You like it up here on the platform, huh? His eyes are closed. Well, one's kind of open. He's definitely asleep. So after that heat shrink, I put a piece of red on there since this will be on the battery side, because I hate going to hook up a battery and I don't know which is which. You gotta start tracing them. That nice and snug. And that, I'm gonna leave our other bolt in here where we always got an extra with us, just in case. And with us, I mean with Dad. Bend that copper down a little bit, just where it kind of faces down. That helps that tuck a little nicer. And now if anything ever shorts out, that trips right there. Boop, fix your short, reset that, you're good to go. So speaking of that, in theory, we should be able to pull our safety stands and test that. I know the truck itself don't hardly pull any power at all, because like when it's running, you've got basic gauges working, ignition, but this thing, it shouldn't be pulling hardly any power. Sound like a pulley underneath here squeaking now. Our alternator belt looks really loose. That thing's just flopping around. Hopefully that's what's going on there. It's a new noise though. That's why we actually got to drive them and put some miles on them. Get some shakedown going. So sitting there running, she's pulling 21.5 amps, which actually surprises me. I didn't even think it'd be that much. Brought our dump bed all the way down because it strains the most with the initial pickup, but it shouldn't be too bad right now. And let's see what it goes to. Here we go. So I don't know if y'all seen that, but at peak, I seen that hit 128. So we had about 21 from the truck running. So we got about 105 amp. Boy, if that thing has a load on it like it did earlier with that rock, she may trip that circuit breaker. I'd rather have it than that end up needing to be replaced a bigger one though. So we'll just have to see in time, guys. We know if we had to, we could unhook that and run it right up to here on a dump if we kept tripping it. And I may see if they make a 200 and just get a 200 ordered, 3 bolts and you're swapped out. Chris trying to be sneaky. Walked in and then tried to get out of the shot. Theo said, busted. See if I got my pocket pliers. Might put us a little torque on these. All right, next up, let's look at adding some bump stops. I know I talked about flow controls. The flow controls really don't bother me so much. We'll let Dad decide if we want to add some in line or not. What I'd like to do is just put a bump stop on this, so when it's sitting down to there, it ain't just freaking slamming it. So these bump stops right here came off of the S10 control arms. And I got some of those smaller round ones, but these are a little softer. I mean, they're still solid, but they are a little softer. So I was thinking we could just weld a tab in there, drill a hole and add them. But as you can tell, that would stick up quite a bit. I'm half tempted to cut that nub off there. That way it's just a flat piece. Let's live a little. Let's try it. Just a little off the top. That was weird. Something about that smell just made me think about like pinto beans after you cook them all day in the crock pot. Maybe put a little bit of that pepper juice on them. So right there we'll get something that can actually sit down a little flatter. I think that'll provide a little more longevity in this thing's life. Woo! Longevity. Pulling out the big words today. Other than that, we got a little nub right there on the back that we don't need. Now I really like how the bed sits. So basically, whatever close to this thickness is, we are gonna have to cut off of our angle iron so we get it to sit similar. So we don't even have to measure that. We can just kind of mark right there. And then I can come over here and mark it on there. Whoop! Now before, this bed was kind of bouncing when I was driving around here, but as we drove it out there, obviously with so much weight on it, the bed never bounced. And even once I dumped it, guys, coming into town, it never bounced. So I think to bounce it is just because I was going over, you know, some really deep ruts and crap out there, kind of abusing it in a way it probably normally wouldn't. So it's my belief that once we get these added with that little bit of rubber there, where even if it does ever bounce, it ain't that straight metal to metal, clack, clack, clack. It's a bounce, bounce, boom, boom, boom. I don't even think we have to worry about latching that thing at all. Well, we got the Sawzall out, so why don't we just use her and trim this up. Recently I discovered if you got a cutting fluid and you put it on your Sawzall blade, it works really good. I've seen a guy in comments said he's been commenting that for like 3 years trying to tell me. And anyhow, I never seen that comment. I just figured it out myself. I don't know why he didn't speak up sooner. Woo! Oh, clean cut there, baby. I used to be terrible with one of these, but I've used it enough in the last year or so. I'm actually getting decent enough. Yeah! Woo! Found this piece of scrap in the scrap cabinet. She's 1/4 inch thick. We can get away about 2 inch wide. This is exactly 2 inches wide, so we could offset it that way, give us a place to weld. And then we need about 3 1/4 thick. That gives us a place to weld up here. So that means we need 2. 2 1/4 would be perfect, but we ain't got it. But 2 will work. And then 7 inches. That's about a perfect piece of scrap. Several ties. We gotta be super accurate here for what we're doing, guys. It'll be more accurate than that, though. Boy, I just missed. I looked at that and was like, boy, I know that ain't no damn 3 1/4. And it should be down here. Close enough. Damn old close enough customs. Cut there, not there. Tampering the vise here, and I'm gonna imagine where our angle iron is, and then to that, kind of ballpark us a hole there in the center. Angle iron will be able to weld. We're gonna offset that way just a hair. Here we go. Okay, drill a hole right there. You're welcome to get as accurate as you want on your old rusty dump bed project. For us, just plasmaing that out, blowing a hole in it. As long as we get it welded up there, it's gonna match what's there. And we're really going more for function versus the prettiness on this one. Boom, break that slag right off. See our slag? Get! Like I said, break her right off. Ow, that one kind of hurt. Don't break it off, leave it alone. There we go, 2 very raw, rough, not prettiest things ever, but they're exactly perfect for what we need. Hold on, hold check. All right, those fit. They are exactly perfect. Clean up our angle iron over here. We just need right out here. The way I'm doing this is gonna pick up a 1/4 inch when we put that plate there. So technically we should have cut off additional 1/4 inch more. 1/4 inch ain't near as much as a 1 inch difference like we were about to have. And if those break down and start to settle some, it'll still be good. We're gonna be fine. Don't overthink it. Baby, I know I chose this lonely life that seems to be strangling me now. As far as this goes, yeah, we're kind of matching the level of fabrication on cutting those out. As long as I can say I welded and it held it, that's all that matters on this one. You don't know, here. Nothing pretty there, just drug her along. Whatever works, works. There's plenty of weld for what we're doing. Whoop! Woo! Let them welds cool off. And we need our shop vac. Give her a little suck job deluxe. What are we sucking on? Well, let me show you. Look at all that down in there. Looks like a rat had found us. And it even got in there. I mean, geez Louise, give me a break, guys. That stuff in there is entirely too clean, or too nice. I mean, that nice carpet I installed, we can't have it dirty. As I start sucking up, I realize those are the letters from when I'd cut out Pot County Legend off the back of this thing. Right here is the rest of them. Right here, some Lysol wipes that kill 99.9% of viruses. So I'm gonna put these in some of this till I can get something to really soak these with and saturate. Oh, I got alcohol. That should sanitize these bad girls. I'll just let that hang out. And then I'll clean me up with the wipes. And we're gonna randomly throw those in with merchandise orders, guys. So any order after this video, we may throw those in with one of your orders. As always, we appreciate the support there, guys. As YouTube kind of acts funky and reduces pay and blah, 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 that is still a great way to support me and my family directly. And I cannot thank y'all for all the support there over the years. It's literally what's made us grow to this point possible. So thank you. Hopefully by now those have cooled off enough and we can go mount our rubber. We don't want to mount them when they're too hot or then they'll go bad, and nobody needs a bad rubber. Now these have a lock nut on them, which is nice, but we do got to get some channel locks where we can grab it to tighten them up. And because the shape of this and that, you'd naturally want to put it like that, but I'm actually entertaining putting it that way, because as that drops down, that'll start to hit first and then it'll roll. Or we can do it like that, and I don't know, for some reason I'm putting it like that. Mainly because I want to. There's the smart technical reason. We know before, without those, we would just get a ridiculous slam. And I know it's that as it runs out at the end of the stroke, it's running out the angle it needs. And that's all right, we're not changing that. Let's see if this is any better. Uh-oh. Nope, not really. Y'all know I built that, or that frame actually sitting on there. So we may be distributing some of this. Back there may be hitting the top of the frame rail as it hits up here, which is okay. I don't see that one touching. Hell, I don't know. I just don't know, Captain. I'm trying to do this without blasting it, but I can't hit the sweet spot. She almost feels like she's binding on the way down. I was hoping that by now someone would be here. Someone who could help me try to bleed these brakes. Nobody's here. Mama went to pick up Hot Rod from school. No Bill, no nobody. That's all right, I have not ate all day. Nathan's dad, who I'm friends with, and the reason I even know Nathan, he made me his homemade salsa for my birthday. This stuff's so good. Just a little mild, okay, nothing too hot. His mild's pretty spicy though. He said, bro, that's the mild. I'm like, well, I don't want to try the hot. Not this stuff. This ain't too bad. But I've had some of his food where I'm like, woo, that's got some heat. It's like, no, that's mild. Oh, wow. This is a healthy, nutritious lunch, breakfast combo right here. Slick to text me about 5 minutes ago and asked if he could use the plasma cutter. And I said, yeah, so I'm hoping that means soon because he's going to come here thinking he's going to use a plasma cutter. But what he's really going to do is help me bleed some brakes. Using that plasma cutter was a contingency deal. He just didn't know it. I don't know where they get them delicious little chips at, but that's about the best tortilla chip I've ever had. After that slamming, I actually did plan on, oh, surely that's not why the brakes feel funky. Where'd all of our fluid go, huh? Uh-oh. I don't see no signs of brake fluid up here or in the back. That thing, I think it had brakes when we first got out of the junkyard. I don't remember ever even messing with the brakes, honestly. All right, I don't see nothing back here neither. No brake fluid dripping or nothing. So it's may have been low forever and just riding. It's right at a fine line though, because we just drove and stopped with all that weight on the back. I heard brake fluid's overrated. I did look for the flow controls. I told you I got some. They're in the shop somewhere. I have misplaced them yet once again, like I've done for several parts on this truck, like that fuel gauge. It finally showed up. Turns out we don't even need that. But I'm hoping that eventually the flow controls are gonna show up for this. And then even if Dad has it back, check our level on our clutch master cylinder there, it's fine. Even if Dad has this truck back, we can go out there, dump the bed, put the safety block in there, and then add in inline flow controls real easy. You're a little late, security. You could already got me. Here, you do the A-Town stomp.
Let's do it. Dang, that's nice.
Yeah, so you got the platinum seat.
It's like my grandpa's truck.
I think Dad added that cushion you're sitting on.
Really?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Go ahead, getting fluid, guys, and then get no air. Good stream of fluid, no air at all. Go ahead, Slick, we'll do one more. Oh, there went a spit of air right at the very end on that one. And you can see some of the old stuff we're getting out of there. It looks like Folgers. Folgers in your cup. Make sure we don't run out up here. Put more air in it. We know there's got to be air because that sucker is sitting right there. Unless there's just enough in that reservoir, but I find that hard to believe. Go ahead, Slick. Got her? Let's go one more. I heard one little pop of air. That's all fluid now. Go ahead. Oh, hold on, Slick. My wrench slipped. All right. You didn't feel the pedal move any?
Nope. Still didn't move on that one either.
That's weird because I got fluid. All right, go ahead.
Not feeling very good now.
All right. So you ain't building a pedal now? Well, that's weird considering we just had a good one on the front. Should've left the back ones alone, huh? Keep getting dirty stuff out of them. All right. That sucker still ain't pumping up. Well, here's a curveball we weren't expecting.
Is fluid coming out?
Yeah. You don't feel the pedal going down?
No.
I've got fluid every time. And what I think would be about the right amount of fluid too.
Pressure valve in the back, maybe?
These valves tied to the front. Trying to remember how they work. Let me, looks like there's a bleeder on this thing.
Can we pump it?
Let me get this cover off first. We may mess up by messing with this. All right, go ahead. Got fluid there, go ahead. I mean, we're shooting good fluid. Try to build a pedal now. It ain't building?
I mean, there's a pedal, but
Not what you had before?
no, it was tougher before.
What the hell, over? Oh, yeah. Slick's gonna pump them up. I went up there and felt the brake pedals, guys, and it feels way better than it did before. Slick had said after we did the other front side, he said right after we did that, the pedal was really hard. We just got a spit of air there. Go ahead, Slick. But I'm thinking maybe it was deadheaded somehow, not sending into the rear, and now we've got the rears working as well. More air. Go ahead, Slick. Let's go one more. Hopefully no more air. Let's do one more. We didn't shoot fluid that time, really. Where'd our fluid go? Does the pedal feel how it did before?
Yeah, feels like it did when you set it.
Well, what the heck? You got it down still?
Yeah. There it goes.
All right, that was bleeding at the valve. You felt it move then?
Yeah, I went all the way forward.
Okay. Go ahead again. Why was we just moving stuff through there and now we've lost it? That doesn't even make sense. horn works. Some of the fluid on the floor back here's me from pissing myself. I wasn't ready for that. Go ahead. We're getting fluid again. It just ain't plumb shooting out. Go ahead. I mean, we're getting a lot of fluid. It just ain't shooting out. We bled on them rears a little more. It's acting funky. I'm wondering if that rear proportioning valve ain't going out. Oh, that's still way more brake than what it had earlier. I can tell you that much. Here at Puddin's Fab Shop, we offer the 2 brake guarantee. If your vehicle has 4 brakes, at least 2 of them's gonna work.
Maybe.
Yeah, luckily for Dad, the 2 that's working are the front ones. Y'all remember I said that loose belt? That thing's got all the slop. Tensioner's easy to get to. Crack that sucker loose. Pried it out. It had enough tension, it stayed. So we'll just lock it down. Bet that fix our squealing, hopefully. I wonder if this thing's got damn refrigerant in it. I feel like this truck would be one that like something stupid simple would fix the AC. Yeah, it's about to be 100 degrees out before too long. Dad don't need no AC.
If it had AC, you'd probably drive it.
I mean, it has AC. It had AC. You can see right here, guys. These wires have been chewed off for the pressure switch. So that for certain is a problem.
You gonna try to bleed it again?
I'm gonna try to drive it. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I already know it's gonna be better. That don't mean the back's correct, but oh, whoo.
Sure, it probably has AC.
Dude, I thought this thing was gonna be just dry as a whistle. She's pressured up. Dad shit himself.
Yeah, AC. Come back with AC.
That's probably got good R12 in it. And I'm just gonna try to, where do these wires go for this sucker? Oh yeah, another chewed off wire coming from our compressor. That was the stuff that used to go out to our carburetor. Yeah, so some of this, that was a red, something else. I don't know, we may look into it. You working on the Slickster?
Trying to.
Slick brought over some metal. Boy, it looks like he's getting into something to me.
What do you think?
That'd be close. So if you're wanting to be dead nuts on that,
It needs to be on the outside.
that'll be on the outside then. And then you just try to keep her as level as possible. With where you got that right now, it's probably gonna cut it like right.
That's fine. I just want to bring it in with a grinder. Cut all this slag. I'm about to put all this thing off.
Those tinted ones, I know they've got that damn trifocal so you can read the paper if you need to. But if you look above that, it won't mess with you.
Okay.
Or I've got the whole Darth Vader set up that you don't have to worry about the
This'll work.
trifocals.
Point and shoot, right?
Oh, why is it saying our air pressure's down? I just use this sucker.
Your test pass.
Oh, you'll have it. Here, combat welding gloves, baby. Ready for any situation. Looking good?
Yeah.
If you go slow and steady, you shouldn't have to go over anything twice. The old Brody knob sure is helpful on this truck. So are the Dumbo mirrors. Just a quick little brake test. Oh no, we're out of control. Slam on the brakes. Fronts work great. Back, not so much. I think we were fronts only right then. Fronts only are great on concrete, not so much dirt roads. So this Toyota's like those new electric ones. She's pretty well self-driving. Horn does work. There's our fronts the first time. What? Coyote poop right there. There's our fronts the second time. I can see our duals actually, but maybe just from cutting through, because then, no, I think our rears are working. Those are definitely dually tracks back there. And just driving shouldn't be making tracks. So the rears are working good enough that they're, leaving some tracks in the dirt. Theo just stood there and stared at me like, hit me, I dare you. He fears no man. Dang, we did a couple laps and gained fuel. Now there it goes, it's settling back down now. Guys, I think the motorhome company added the AC. Blue bracket holding this on. We got almost some plumber strap style stuff on the condenser in the front. And then you look at this bracket here, this is not factory stuff. If I was a betting man in here on this even threw me off. 'Cause I'm like, I know it said AC in there, but if you look here, all it has is that corner, that button added. I think they cut that out and they mount that switch, and that probably just sends power out to our pressure switch, and then from the pressure switch, so that would send 12 volts to probably our red wire here, then out the other side, that black wire just down here to our compressor. And that's why I can't find no good harness for this stuff, because it never had it. We can bypass around that real quick and just hot wire it and see what happens here. Then we got old Slick Fitty, the frame rail making man, happening over here.
One piece at a time.
Got us a jumper wire, feeding our pressure switch, off the pressure switch, straight down to there. I'm sure there's supposed to be a relay in between. Probably a bad idea. But I don't know, those were the same color wires. Maybe that's just how they had it. We can try it and see if it even engages. If it does, we won't push our luck with it. We'll slap her on a relay. Cool, vent, recirculate, high. Oh, that's good. That did nothing. Small issue. Motor's a lot quieter. This may not even work the way I'm thinking, but it should. As long as that thing got within range, that should send power through that switch, and then that would pull in our compressor. So the fact that it hasn't, we may have a little left in there, but it may not be enough. Clutch works. That don't mean our pressure switch couldn't be bad, but I doubt it. I bet she just ain't got enough in her. Ah, too good to be true. Well, if Dad comes and picks her up like he is supposed to be sometime soon, he may not have AC quite yet, but he does, or he will have a good running, good dumping truck, guys. I'd like him to, you know, start using it and making sure he's gonna drive it before we just keep fixing everything on it. We're just gonna stay here and me and Slick's gonna be daily driving it.
Looks like a steel hauling truck to me if I ever seen one.
I know, I'll pull that tailgate off, go to all bright steel right now.
Yeah.
But guys, pretty happy with that thing. I don't know, like I said, what else to do. I really thought the brakes were acting funky. It was weird that Slick couldn't really feel them, but I was getting fluid and then it marked out there, so those fronts stopped real good. And that may just have to do something with that goofy valve, but it's definitely drivable. I mean, and safe drivable. I'd hop in this thing right now and drive to California and not be worried, especially now that we got a fuel gauge. But as far as me, I've got to get wrapped up because I got to get showered up. We've got awards assembly this afternoon, which KK's getting an award for probably the most talking back. Just play.
Did it dirty like that?
And then this is also the one where we give out our Puddin's Fab Shop scholarship to one kid who's going to a trade school. So this helps support kids going to trade schools, and we're the only one who does that. Everyone else is a college scholarship. So thanks to y'all for the support where we can offer that. It ain't a huge amount, you know, but it helps a local kid, and we're happy to be able to do it. So thank y'all for all the support. Thanks for being here watching, especially on the second channel. Be sure to tell your mama, tell your friends. Let's keep this channel going and growing. You can watch the same content completely ad-free on the Patreon if y'all want to do it that way. Great way to also support me and the family, just like the merchandise. I'm on the Instagrammer. I'm on the Facebooker. He's at the OK Speed and Custom on the YouTuber. And much other than that, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Now I want to keep her a little longer and put AC in her.
It drives too good.
Damn show truck. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!